Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to talk about my June favorites. So, as you know, June's my birthday month, so I kind of accumulated a lot of stuff. So I'm still kind of testing out a lot of new things. So as far as my favorites go, this is just everything I've reached for a lot during the month of May. I should probably have more considering I haven't done the favorites in forever. But I only have this little group here. I kind of been slacking there. So today is my first real favorites video. Hopefully you like this. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. If you don't like it, please just walk away, pretend it didn't happen, and hopefully I'll get you in the next video. So let's get started. So first we're going to talk about, my favorites, liquid lipsticks. I'm actually wearing one of my favorites, which is of course, Jeffree Star Cosmetics in Gemini, because not only is it the perfect shade, but it's the perfect name because I am a Gemini. My birthday is June 6th, obviously. I've talked about it a million times on Snap and in my last couple of videos, so if you didn't know already, June's my birthday month, so yeah. Okay, so this is my first favorite. Obviously, as you know, I'm obsessed with Jeffree Star everything. I have an entire series dedicated to him. If you haven't seen it yet, then you must be new to my channel, so welcome. I do have a series dedicated entirely to my Jeffree Star collection. I will link that down below. I have swatched this in a video before. I will put that here. And that's actually in my favorites video. That was my first Jeffree Star video. I was really excited for it, and I'm actually really happy with how well it's doing. So thank you all for the love that you guys have shown on that video. I don't think I've ever really talked about what I love about Jeffree Star's lipsticks, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now real quick. So my favorite thing about Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks is definitely the formula. I like how easy it goes on. It's the perfect amount of liquid that I can play with it a little bit more, and it dries entirely. So it's just a perfect liquid to matte lipstick, and I am all about that. It's kiss proof, but I wouldn't say it's make out proof because it's not. So the tip is actually just a small doe head, and I absolutely love it because it's not too big and it's not too small, so you can get right in there. Like I said, I'm wearing it today. It's actually one of my go-to colors just because it's so wearable for every day. If you don't want to go too bold, if you do want to dress it up a little bit, you can. If you don't want to dress it up, you don't have to. It's just the perfect everyday pinky brown, pinky brown nude, I guess you would say. Anyways, so the next shade is actually a NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick, and I put off trying these forever. Like, everyone had already done their swatch videos, everybody had already done their first impressions video, and I had seen all these colors. I'm like, wow, that's pretty. What is that? They'd be like, this is NYX liquid lipstick. I honestly didn't know if I'd like this formula. I heard a lot of things about it in the sense where everyone said it was extremely drying, and I don't love dry liquid lipsticks. Like, I mean, not my favorite. I know it's kind of weird considering I like liquid lipsticks and that's what they're known for, but I'm very particular. If you've ever tried Jeffree Star's, for instance, they're not that drying. They're still very, very wearable. So that's going to stay my favorite. But, so I tried this one, and I was hesitant to try it over bare lips, so I did try it over chapstick. I do usually apply some sort of a balm or a primer so that it moisturizes my lips before, and if it is extremely dry, at least it's going to absorb that. This one here, I used it with and without, and I loved it both ways. So, this shade, I'm not wearing it, but I did swatch it here. I actually swatched all three of my favorites from this month. Top one is Gemini. The middle one is the NYX in Exotic. I didn't say the name. And then the bottom one is the one I'll talk about next. It's Colourpop's frickin' Frack. And I have swatched this one before as well. I know they all look extremely alike, which is kind of what I liked about them. And that's why they're my favorites this month, because they're very similar in shades. But as far as texture and formula, they're all different. And I love that about them. So the wand on the NYX is longer and flatter, which I still really love. The formula is amazing. I don't know if it's just this particular shade. I did just recently buy one more shade, and it seems to be similar. It's actually like 2 shades lighter than this one, so it's in the same family, because I'm weird like that. So the formula is very moussey out of the tube, but then when you apply it, it dries. It comes to a complete dry. I would say a little bit more drying than Jeffree Star, but not to the point where I was dying and I had to apply chapstick every 5 seconds, because there are some liquid lipsticks that you just have to. Like, that's why I don't like them. Anyways, so last but not least is the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in Frack. And I know when I did the swatch and review video for these, I did say this particular shade was my favorite, and it still remains to this day one of my favorite Colourpop shades ever. The formula, like I mentioned in that video, is so unique. It's supposed to be a satin, but it's still a very matte satin, and it is transferable but not extremely transferable. The wand is very similar to Jeffree Star's, but the formula is a little bit thicker, so it applies different than Jeffree Star's. If you don't want a dry lip, then this is the way to go within this family of shades. So definitely my favorites this month, definitely the ones I've been reaching for more than anything, but I am obsessed with this color palette right now. So the next thing we're going to talk about is eyeshadow palettes. I have two, but I've already talked about one, and that is, of course, the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. So since I did an entire video on it, I'm not going to go too in-depth into it, but since I reached for this baby almost every other time I wore makeup, like I mentioned in that video, I figured it had to be mentioned. If you want to see a little bit more, go ahead and watch my last video, and you'll see me do a little bit more in-depth swatches and review as to why I love this palette. But I definitely had to add that in there. And I'm pretty sure this is still available, so if you like it, then I would definitely buy it because it's worth it. Just saying. So the palette I wanted to talk about after the Jeffree Star is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I'm actually wearing it today, and I love it. I reach for this palette almost as often as the Jeffree Star palette. And it's because it's so neutral and summery. I'm all about warm tones, and this one here is just like perfection. If you want a bronzy eye, you got it here. If you want a smoked eye, you have it here. Honestly, these here are perfect everyday shades. They just blow me away. I haven't used the entire palette. This fuchsia here, I haven't used yet, so I can't speak to it. If you're familiar with Anastasia palettes, then you know the quality. It doesn't let me down. It's super pigmented, blends super well. It does come with the same brush as all the other palettes. The pan sizes are actually bigger than the regular pan sizes, so if you're familiar with Anastasia palettes, then you're probably used to smaller pans, smaller palettes. This one's definitely a steal. I love this palette. This is actually one of my birthday presents to myself because I needed another excuse to buy another palette, but this was one of them that I was so excited to get. The packaging gets dirty really easy. It's actually kind of felt like, so it's really soft and fuzzy. So I definitely had to add that to my favorites this month. Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. Go and check it out. I'll link it down below along with the other things that are my favorites. I'll put them down in the description box so you can get them yourself, or you can kind of say, Rosie, you're crazy. Why do you even like that? Up to you. Your choice. So I do want to talk about one more Jeffree Star item, and that is the Skin Frost in Ice Cold. Like I mentioned in my last video, this is my absolute favorite, so I, of course, had to throw it in there. I think I've worn this one, seriously, like 10 times since I've gotten it, and out of all of them, you would think that I'd want, King Tut or something, but I'm wearing it today again. I swear this is now my third video that I've recorded that I've been wearing this, and I'm telling you, it's my favorite. So I highly recommend this one out of all of them because it blew me away. Honestly, like I was expecting it to not look good on my skin tone, and it's my favorite on my skin tone. So definitely highly recommend, definitely on my favorites list. If you want to see swatches, then I definitely recommend you watch my last video. Just saying. It's one of my favorites. So this next item, I might be jumping the gun a little bit. I've only had it a couple of days, but I'm loving it. I mean, loving it. And that is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. I went to Walgreens searching for the Milani Metallic Liquid Lipsticks, and I walked out with this. I'm in the shade Sand Beige, number 6. 6 is my favorite number, so it was meant to be. So it does have concealer in it. It just applies so well. This particular shade, so I bought 2 of them. bought this one and I bought medium beige, I think it was. As you can see, it's seriously so perfect for my skin tone. I'm wearing it today. You can't even tell. I bought the two expecting to have to mix them. It's so difficult with drugstore foundations to get something with yellow undertones, and this one is like the holy grail of yellow undertone foundations. So I've been using it for 3 days now, and it's not too oily, it's not too heavy, and it's lighter than my L'Oreal Infallible that I'm obsessed with, which is a really good thing. But it's cheaper than the L'Oreal. It's actually $9.99 at Walgreens, and they had a buy one get one 50% off sale, so I picked up 2 of them for $15. I know it's only been 3 days, but I am loving it so much that I just had to make it one of my favorites this month. Who knows, maybe it'll be on next month's favorites again. We'll see. I'm pretty sure this is the winner here. So, moving on, my next favorite is the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. So, I have the Anastasia Contour Kit in medium, and the banana, the yellow shade, is pretty much this in a tube. So, when I ran out of the Anastasia one, I needed something just as good, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money or have to buy an entire new contour kit. So, I found this in like March, I think it was, before I went to San Francisco. And I've been obsessed with it ever since, to the point where I thought I misplaced mine. So I went to the store just to buy another one, and then I found the other one. But it's so full coverage, and if you have the contour kit and you love the banana yellow shade in it, then you're definitely going to want to pick this up. It's got the same coverage. It's got similar consistency, except it's like $5. And you can sometimes buy one, get one half off at Ulta, or you can get a coupon and, you know, use that instead. So I'm a bargain shopper. This here is a win in my book, so it'll be my favorite every month from now on. As long as you're saving me money and you are amazing, you're my favorite. Just saying. So moving on from the color correcting concealer is my next favorite, which is the NYX color correcting setting powder in banana. So if you read my blog, I've actually had this on my favorites before, and that was in, I think, November. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that. It was when I came back from Disneyland, because I went to the NYX store for the first time, and I picked this up there because this is almost never in stock at my Ulta, like ever. I had to order this one from Ulta, and honestly, I should have probably bought 2 of them. So it's just the best setting powder I have. I have a bunch of translucent powders that I kind of like, but I don't love as much as I love this one here. I mean, even the higher end ones don't compare to this one. Maybe it's just because, like I said before, as long as you're saving money, I'm gonna love you. But honestly, even if I have all of my setting powders within reach, I'm still gonna reach for this one. I only have a couple more things to talk about. The next one is the Hoola bronzer. So I know if you've been watching me since the beginning, then you saw my Gen Beauty experience favorites video. And this was one of those things where I'm like, I don't know if I like it enough. I've only used it once or twice. I'm loving it. And I'm not even a bronzer type girl. Like, I just, I don't bronze every day, but when I do, oh my gosh, I love this one. This has to be one of my absolute favorite bronzers. It's honestly the perfect bronzer. I am so obsessed with it. It's not too overwhelming on me. I use it to slightly contour. I'm actually using it today. It's just a lot more amazing than I expected. It's blendable. It's not patchy. It's just fantastic. I definitely recommend this one. I had to have it on my favorites because it's seriously one of my favorite bronzers I've ever used. But definitely favorite, love it, want it. If I run out, I'm definitely getting more because it's the perfect everyday bronzer. Honestly, definitely a favorite again and again. So last but not least is actually something also from Gen Beauty. So this is their hydrating day cream, and I am obsessed with it. I got a bunch of sample packets, and I used those until I ran out, and then I went down to Ulta, and I was like, I need this. It was like $22, and I use it almost every single day, and as you can see, I barely put a dent in it. I've had this since, I think, March. I even transferred some to my traveling containers. I didn't want to take this huge jar with me on an airplane. I don't know if they were going to even let me because I think it's only 2 ounces, but still I didn't want to have it confiscated because it's amazing. So I did put it in a little container, and there's still quite a bit left. Smells amazing. It makes my face feels so hydrated. It's not heavy on the face. I use it under my makeup, so I do use this in the mornings under my foundation. It's just my favorite. It's probably one of the best moisturizers I've found out of a sample. You know, you get a lot of samples, but you don't necessarily rebuy them. This is one that I was definitely going to buy once I ran out, and I'm so glad I did. I would definitely recommend this. I'm going to link it down below as well. You can either get it at Ulta, or you can get it directly from their website. And they usually have coupons on their website, but then again, so does Ulta. And you know me, I'm all about coupons. If you do get curious and you do want to try it out, Ulta does have a really good return policy, so go ahead and try it out. If you don't like it, let me know. I'm so sorry. I just happen to love it myself, which is why it's one of my favorites this month. So, yep, that's it. So that kind of wraps it up. Like I said, this is my first favorites video, so I'm kind of just, what am I supposed to do, you know? I think this is where I end it and I say that's a wrap. I hope you like this video. Again, please comment, subscribe. Before I go, I do have a question. I have a couple videos planned, but I'd like to know what you guys think and what order you want to see them in. My next videos, I have a haul video because I bought a shit ton of stuff for my birthday. And just for fun of it, because there's a lot of sales this time of year, if you know what I mean. And then also a liquid lipstick collection video. So basically I want to show you all my liquid lipsticks and tell you which ones are my favorites and swatch those for you, hopefully. Let me know if you're interested in those two videos, and if you are, which one you want to see first. I do have a giveaway going on right now. I will link my Instagram down below so that you can check it out. If you are already participating in it, then lots of luck to you. I hope you win. But if you're not, yeah, definitely check it out on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Snapchat, where I post a lot of random shit and hikes, as well as occasionally makeup, because you know. So, but that's about it. I hope you like this video. Again, like I said, if you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. Go and share it, and I will love you forever. Thanks so much for watching.